Hello, welcome to Map Talks again. Today I'm talking about Tesla brand in general, and for my own part, the Model 3. I was having this discussion with a friend of mine a while back, and like I said to him, while electric cars aren't for everyone for the time being because of range limitations and to a certain degree a lack of a charging network, it is increasingly becoming more and more the right choice for more and more people because they get a longer range and the charging networks are getting better. We have a relatively good charging network in Norway, but in the rest of the world it isn't always the case. Now, Tesla have been around for, well, it was started by Martin Eberhard in around 2004, 2003 I think. And then, or was it maybe even earlier, and then they brought in Musk in a search of capital, and then through different reasons and internal reasons we will never know, he sort of became the CEO, and the myth that he created Tesla was born. But that's a different matter. Now, there have been sort of this proof of concept that you can create something new and something radical, and they have this exclusivity around them and this elegance. If you look at the Model S in particular, it's a very elegant car. It has lines of slightly reminiscent of Aston, and it is generally a very pretty car. And the Model 3, while I haven't seen it in the flesh yet, it still looks very good. And they've packaged their car, lots of cargo space, and they're fast and efficient. And what sets them apart from everybody else, even though VW and Mercedes and everyone else is now coming with electric cars, you don't have the same. Well, first of all, you don't have the charging network. I know that other parties are building out charging networks for people to use, and that's a good thing. And it will be increasingly better and better and more widespread. But Tesla already have a very good charging network that are built out in most places. So, for instance, if you were to take a road trip down into continental Europe, you could do that today. I could do that today, but I wouldn't really do it because it would require a lot of planning and it would be very difficult and very time consuming. With a Tesla, you just get in, plot in where you want to go, and it directs you to the charging points, and everything is just sort of, it just works. It's very convenient, very easy to use, and that's one big plus. And they've also created this mythos around them, a bit like, without drawing the parallel too far, a bit like Ferrari and certain other marks have managed to do, although they've done it over a much longer time span. And why am I willing to wait a year, maybe 2 years for a car? That's, you really only see that in the very expensive supercar territory, hypercar territory, where you order a Pagani or something like that that's built bespoke especially to you. And this isn't. This is a relatively affordable electric car for the masses. Well, it's meant to be anyway. And yet, here I sit, and I'm still waiting, and I still want it. And the more I hear about it, even though it has its faults, Tesla isn't perfect by any means. The early SS had issues, still have some running issues, although they are getting better. And the Model X has had, well, I think they used 2 years to get on top of everything. And yet, if you talk to any owner of a Tesla, most owners anyway, they're very happy with their cars. They can be infuriated sometimes by the waiting times in service centers and by the reoccurring problems, like for instance the door handles in the S. But most of them don't really want to go back to anything else. That's partly because for the time being there is no alternative. And the Jaguars come out with the I-Pace, which is brilliant. Audi is coming out with the e-tron, which is there is competition coming, and that's a good thing. That's brilliant. That's fantastic. And it is long range, and it's working. The thing is, whether charging these cars will still be an issue, because unlike Tesla, they don't have, and I don't think they will have their own charging network, because it's been built by others. And the inherent benefit of Tesla's own network being that they own it, they run it, so they can program and the interaction and integration of the charging networks into the car software and GPS is unique, and that's something I don't think anybody else will match, at least not very quickly. And then you have the elegance of the cars, and they're fast, they're efficient, they don't really make slow cars in any sense of the word, and you have long range. I'm going to rent a Tesla in a month's time and travel with it, and I really look forward to that, to drive an electric car and a long distance and not have to worry about charging, not have to think about charging, and just go where I want to go, plug in, and then continue going. And it's just gonna be so relaxing. And even though I could buy the new Leaf, for instance, which is a good car, or maybe have a VW ID, if say that were available today with 35 or 350 or 400 kilometers, I don't really know if I would, because it isn't as easy to use, it isn't as easy to run, and I don't have the integrated charging network. I didn't really think this would be an issue, but the more I think of it, the more the elegance of the way it's integrated, it just seems the right way to go, and it makes ownership so much easier and use so much easier. And then you have the whole, it's a Tesla. The brand has become so powerful and so alluring. And you have the software updates, and you know that if there is an issue, or if you have an idea maybe for an improvement, you can actually get that through to Twitter, and it can be fixed. It's been several examples of this. For instance, the driver profile settings will be cloud-based, so you can get into any Tesla, and if you have a driver profile, you can load it, and it's all set, all is done. And that's another thing that's unique to Tesla. It's just little things, and if you add them up, they end up being very big and increasingly big, and they just become like a little ecosystem of their own, a bit like Apple, if you want. And they adapt to this whole, and that whole is made so well and so well thought out that for the time being, no one else can really compete with them. As I said, it's not perfect. The cars aren't perfect. The Model 3s have a few issues they've run into. Some are major, some are more minor, and but they will be solved. And that's one thing Tesla's doing that no one else is doing in quite the same way. Yes, everybody has recalls from time to time, but Tesla is running constant improvement online. So from 1 month to the next, the cars you're buying have incremental little improvements. Other car makers are making changes too, by all means, but that's more from one model year to the next. And if you're a customer, you discover a fault, they're very quick to take the car in to fix it. And their service is, from what I've heard, very good. So, am I looking forward to getting my Hyundai Ioniq to get even more range than what I have now? And to get smart cruise control? Yes, I really am, because the Ioniq is a brilliant car. Very, very good car. But am I really... Isn't it worth waiting another year for the Tesla Model 3? Well, I think so. Yes, I understand people are disappointed that they've put off their schedule and that they are behind schedule. Yes, of course, that's annoying. But given that I had to wait so far anyway, it doesn't really affect me. And I don't think really it affects very many others either, apart from in the US. And the uniqueness of Tesla is, and I think will remain very strong, even though the competition are coming. And the competition, that's a good thing, because it will eventually drive the technology forwards. And take the new Rimac, for instance. That's an astonishing car. It takes everything that the Tesla is now doing and that the Roadster version 2 is doing and makes it even better, and it's there now. That's amazing. But that's a hypercar, that's a different matter. So this wasn't a very, very coherent video, but the point is that Tesla is still special. There's still something unique, and they still have this very special way of vertically integrating things and just making it work, and making the ownership and the use of the car that much easier and that much more user-friendly than anyone else. So even though they're not perfect, I think they still are in many ways very, very far ahead of the competition. So that's my take on it anyway. Someone might have other thoughts. So leave your comments below, and if you like this video, do subscribe and do like and share and all that. Thanks. Bye.